Hey guys, it's ACairconditioner and welcome back for more Genshin Impact main story. Last time, we saved Fontaine in the Fontaine Our Conquest Act 5, and Furina's actually free now, but she's gone missing. Well, she just excused herself because she needed some time alone, and I don't blame her since she had to undergo how many years of torture, basically? So today, we're gonna check up on her maybe, by doing her a story quest. And here we actually have a new thing they added for this. Activating the quest doesn't automatically activate it. You can choose to accept it or not. Of course we're gonna accept it because why wouldn't we? So we're doing the Little Oceanid. I took my time getting this quest, starting this quest, because you can tell that Doke's event is on right now, and I think right now we have the Ayato and Sino banner, which is why I'm so behind. But I'm doing it now, and I've been a bit spoiled on this story. I'm sorry to say, but not all of it, just some of it. So here we go. You're still gonna hear my honest reaction because it's my first time seeing it all in person. I just heard people talk about it.
Hey, Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge Moor attack, perhaps?
You didn't have to be so direct.
Paimon's just being enthusiastic. We're old friends now, she gets it.
This is a different Catherine, though.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job.
Of course they want
There are
money.
only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
Very true.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there. Maybe you can't fill the
Has
role
he been there the whole time?
but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
I am an idiot. Got it. We'll go talk to him.
Paimon approves, let's go!
I am an idiot. Oh my god.
Hello there, are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two! Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already.
We helped save it.
But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame.
Can't you cover the budget for new actors with the ticket fees?
That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts.
But you're probably performing the opera Epic
All our
Plus, right?
sets and props are very crude.
Right?
We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll
I
disband.
mean, I guess regardless of the theater, if you're not popular, then...
You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, this is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe. One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So
Wow.
we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it.
Catherine mentioned that one of your actresses can't make it.
Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently.
It's not LSR, is it? Okay.
It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to
LSR was
perform.
cured, so surely.
The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Technically I have billions,
Please,
but
there's no
canon-wise,
need to
apparently
go
I have
that
nothing.
far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor. And I can't promise that we
Like, I have billions of Mora. Like, Mora isn't the biggest problem. How do we find someone who is a good fit for the role?
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show.
No.
We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
Don't call her you-know-who. She has a name. Your minds think alike. I was just thinking that.
That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right
Give
now.
her some time to breathe, guys. Come on.
She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous.
Furina?
Her? You're... That was a
Even though we
joke,
probably
right?
should give her some time alone.
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident.
She's
that
been
she'd be really
performing
good
for like
at it.
500 years. Guys,
You're
come
not
on.
wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine,
Oh, wow.
including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur
So-
troupe like ours.
So even if they feel betrayed and they do not know why Furina was lying to them as an Archon, she's still an idol to them. Okay, so they don't hate her like I was fearing. Good to know. You want the show to go ahead, don't you?
Well, yes, but... Huh. Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored.
So
to
regardless of her
take
lying to
Furina
them or
star
not,
on the
she's
show.
still an idol.
I'm sure the rest of the troupe.
And
would be
Furina did
delighted
her
too.
job very
I'm
well
sure
as
everyone
an
in our troupe
Archon
has
in
probably
clothes.
dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Hi, Mon. Let's go. It'd be good to check on her anyway.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
She was
Wait, where does
acting like
Furina
that
actually
anyway.
live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's moved out, right?
Watch her live in
As it
Poisson.
happens,
I'm kidding.
I have her current address here. I can provide it
Oh,
to
what?
you.
Okay.
Woo! When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case
How do
my
you have
assistance
Furina's
is needed.
address?
It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
Does she actually live in Poisson? The Little Oceanid. So in a way, this does kind of serve as an epilogue of sorts. Where does she live? Oh. I guess we could just walk there. Or not. So yeah, this does serve as an epilogue of Fontaine of some kind. But here's the thing. she's not an Archon, but she's still, by technicality, an Archon character. And not to be mean or anything, but both Ace Act 1 and Nahida's Act 1 was somewhat underwhelming after the high note that we left off with each Archon quest. It was only their Act 2 I consider to be like one of the best of the best. Like Nahida's Act 2 is like my absolute favorite. A's Act 2 takes second place, and Nuvella's takes third. Nuvella's Act 1. So I have doubts, but I also have faith, you know? Like, Fontaine's story was doing really, really well, except for the Fortress of Meripede part. So I have faith that they were not gonna, you know, botch this one. I have faith, but cautious optimism at best. Right? She just lives here.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just a bit of a step down from the Palais Marmonia.
Maybe she just wants to live like.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when
Furina.
integrating their abode.
Holy crap! You good?
Okay, when did Poppy Gun of Thin Air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags. I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
It's just been worse. The microphone for her audio a bit glitched. And I know it's not my headphones either, because Paimon's voice is fine, but I guess they have recording issues. No offense. But holy crap, she sounds way more depressed than I thought. Holy crap. I mean, I don't blame her. She went to hell for like 500 years. Well, my god, Furina, are you okay? Don't you guys take a macaroni every day?
Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
Is it because you have to do all your own cooking now?
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity! It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre focilor or blubber profiteroles in no time. if
Okay, well, at
I
least you
felt
have
so
your
inclined.
There
bubbly
it is. You know how
personality.
to cook.
Wow, roast?
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace.
Why would I laugh at
Let
that?
me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Sorry, we're sorry. Please don't be mad.
Paimon was just showing concern for your well-being, even though I really didn't take that as concern. I just saw that as an absolute roast of her.
Yeah, exactly. What the traveler said.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't trying to make fun of you.
Yeah, sure, Paimon.
Hang on a sec. You weren't exactly holding back either.
No, you... What? We actually came to ask you for your help.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting
Wow, they're
that
altering
I'm
this.
no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Don't worry. It's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
You're the only person for the job.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now. So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific? Ah, I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense. After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities. But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
Yeah, so I can definitely tell that Furina still has that little bit of energetic personality in her, but her tone is very, very downtrodden. Way more downtrodden than the Furina that we knew for like 3 updates now.
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
Do you think she's in the right state of mind right now, Paimon?
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage.
See, I don't blame her.
Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me. Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again.
Yeah, she probably hated
But at
that role.
least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
After playing on a stage that no one watched for 500 years, do you think she wants to go on the stage ever again? I don't blame her for this. She wants to just be herself. She doesn't want to be a character. Even if for a few seconds, she has this trauma for her. So that's how you really feel.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare. Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point, okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
There's still some discourse within
Since
people
I'm
that you
just
work.
an ordinary person now. They'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
Okay, this line's just straight up wrong in my opinion. You shouldn't assume the worst of people. That's just straight up wrong. Because think about it here for a second. Realistically speaking, while she was acting with the best of intentions, she was also lying. Lying with the best of intentions is a white lie. It's still a lie. And there are people that work directly under her, trusting in her to save. And to us, she did save people. But to them, did she really? I don't blame her for being so skeptical. Like, in a sense, after being tormented for 500 years, she's broken. And it's not gonna take like 1 to 2 years to fix that thing. No, it's gonna take several years to fix this. She's absolutely broken, emotionally and mentally. What's wrong with making one exception?
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I drew a line in the sand without thinking about every possible grain on the other side.
I don't blame you though.
Is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working
Like, I'm more
with.
empathizing with Furina, if anything, rather than...
Have I not made myself
You know.
clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
Let's try to come with a plan B.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now. All right, then. We'll see you around, Furina.
Toodaloo to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
Honestly, I don't feel good about what we did. I really don't feel good. I'm sorry, but this rendition of the Traveler, I am not liking. It's just me. Like, I don't like this rendition of the Traveler in Fontaine. Like, his role as Samuro was
It's too
way...
bad, but we
way
have to
better
respect
than this.
Furina's decision. Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
Yeah, you think?
Exactly. But none of them believed me. I'll think about it.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
Hello?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my
Oh,
consent?
is she the
When
actress?
did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right! Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
Imagine if you had managed to convince Furina to join. Oh no! You can't hide this from me, game. I see that immediately. She's right there. Don't... Dude, I hate this relationship with the Traveler. I'm sorry, I fucking hate this. Sorry for cursing. I hate this relationship with the Traveler. I really did not like this one. Why? How did they botch this one? I mean, I guess for a Traveler that went through 5 nations was having no signs of a sibling, I guess it makes sense for him to be jaded by now, but still, what is his rendition of the Traveler? I understand it. Doesn't mean I didn't like it. And I definitely don't like this one. Imagine if you had managed to convince Furina to join, only for her to find out she's no longer needed.
Yeah, she'd be
She's
livid.
right there.
She'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
Only joking. Calm down. So,
Okay, well that's safe,
yeah,
but that's not
we
really
consider
safe.
This case closed now,
I
huh?
really don't like this rendition.
Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything
No
they
pressure.
have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly.
Okay, well
I'll
this is the
definitely
plot
be
point
able
right
to
here.
tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
I'm on wait here for a second.
Sure.
Yeah, you're not hiding very well, Furina.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list. All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me.
Wow, the travel is actually okay.
Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Furina? Didn't you say you were to take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
She followed this here, obviously.
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how
To be
it went
fair,
down.
did anyone fucking
I'm
care
sorry
about
it
you?
went on.
So I don't blame you for being so harsh with us.
Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
Honestly, again, like, she's apologized for being so, like, strict, like, being so, like, saying, like, such strong words, like, the get-go, but then again, this is after decades of torment. And the people of Fontaine didn't care about her. So I don't blame her for, like, having some sort of despise in some way for performing in general. Like, I guess this is us trying to get Furina out of her shell, but at the same time, like, I just want to just get a break. I just want her to relax. Just let her be herself. She doesn't have to perform if she doesn't want to. And they're really not letting us empathize with her at all as a traveler. They're really not. Then why'd you just show yourself?
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you?
Thank you, my point
I
exactly.
felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
There's no need to think like that, and no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina is fine. I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and
Whoa.
soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe.
Okay.
And tragically, she was a victim in the serial disappearances case.
What?
But that case was
That's
happening like
actually
years
how I
ago.
recognized these two. It was all thanks to their
It's
efforts
because
that
we
the true
you
culprit
know.
was brought to justice. But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing. But ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh.
That's so sad.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Furina.
I know what what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member. But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them?
A verdict can bring emotional catharsis. They come pouring out and flow away into infinity.
An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this.
I never
witnessed
think I would hear
before.
someone say par
And
exemple,
so
which means
I
for
should like to
example
observe,
in
a chance
French
to
terminology.
understand.
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Since it's you, I'll do it.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are. Alright, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Okay, like, this is us slowly getting Furina out of her shell, but at the same time, like, this looks not the way to do it. Don't get me wrong, I do like the story so far, it's just the Traveler specifically I'm not a huge fan of. Oh, you actually get to enter a building?